Hey guys, welcome to this channel. And this channel is dedicated to helping freelancers and small agencies make more money. And today's topic is mastering the most important skill in your freelance journey and also as an agency, which is communication. Now, I can speak for hours about communication, and I have hundreds of tips, hundreds of things I can talk about communication. 2 or 3 hours, I can keep speaking just about communication. But this specific topic was inspired by a recent incident that happened to me personally, and I thought it'll be a nice topic to discuss with you, freelancer guys. So, coming here, look at the screen here. So, this is an agency we hired for a level of optimization of GMB for a particular GMB page. So, we gave them instructions, we had some discussion around what kind of things we can do, and that was 21st of February, which is last month. Now, after 3 weeks, we follow up with them of what's the progress of some things being done, and then they told us, okay, this is the things that they have done. Now, this is one of the biggest mistakes I see in the freelancing and agency space. That communication is very, very, very poor. Now, there are a few things you need to understand. The likelihood of somebody having the worst bad impression about you or really bad impression about you is the highest when you just start out, when you just have signed up them as a client. So that is the time you should pay extra attention to develop that relationship and trust. Because if you say, okay, we'll get the job done, but then you don't follow up, or the client has to ask you how the progress is going, you're already losing. Now, let me give you a practical example of how you should think about this. So if I just make a couple of additions here, let's say this is your client and this is you, okay? So this is you. Let's add you here. You as the freelancer, and this is the client. Okay. Now the client tells you to do XYZ things, or they hire you to do XYZ things, and you say, all right, let's get started, which is what happened in this scenario. Now, what ends up happening is that you start working on those tasks. So you do X task, you do X task, you do X task, X task, X task. And depending on how complex the project is, the more tasks you might be doing in the background, right? So in this case, this was GMB optimization, but you might be a video editor, you might have, let's say you are a content strategist, or you are a content writer, email writer, graphic designer. You might be doing hundreds of tasks. You might be designing you might be working all day on their whatever task that they provide you. But think about this. You can keep doing task over task over task over task over task over task over task. But what does the client see? They don't see anything. And that is why they will create, or they will have a negative impression about you. And then eventually, once they ask you what's the progress of the task, already a negative impression has been made that this guy probably isn't doing something, or this girl isn't a problem doing something, even if you are doing all the work that has been communicated, or that all the work that you have been hired for. So how do you solve this, and why? Hopefully you understood why this is important to solve, and how to solve this is a very simple way which I learned in the corporate world called DSR. Now, this is very, very important to do when you're just starting out as a freelancer. And what does DSR stands for? It stands for Daily Status Report. So what you have to do when you're starting out, that whenever you start, whatever task you are thinking of doing in a day, either you at the beginning of the day, you leave a message that this is what I'm working on today, or at the end of the day, whatever task you've accomplished, you leave a status report at the end of the day that this was done. So even if it's a very small task, you just mention that, and that will just put the client at ease that, okay, this job is being done. And most of the clients will not have a problem with you not actually, or like taking a little extra time to do some task. But no client appreciates being left in the dark, because that the automatic assumption is that this guy is not, or this girl is not actually working on the things that they've been assigned to do. So don't make this mistake with any client that you hire, or not hire, any client you onboard, or as an agency, any client you onboard to your agency. Make sure that you have great communication. And an easy way to do great communication is to provide some micro commitments. So micro commitments can be, okay, today I will have a discussion call with you, right? Today we will provide you the strategy. Today we'll do this. So whenever the client has onboarded, just to make some micro commitments to them that, okay, I'll give you this sheet today to fill in. Let's have a call today. So whatever small promises you make, you just have to fulfill on those promises, and the trust will start building. Now, the easy part here to remember is that the promises you make don't have to be the biggest promises in the world. It can be very simple things that just take you 10 minutes. But if you promise them and then deliver on the promise, the client starts feeling at ease that this guy knows what he's talking about. And that's a subconscious thing. So it doesn't matter how big of a task it is, just communicate well and you'll have more success in your freelance career. Hopefully this video helps you make more money and onboard better clients, and hopefully have more success in your freelance and agency career. And this is something interesting to you, then make sure to subscribe, like, share. Sab kaam karo jo acha lagta hai. All right, hopefully I'll see you in the next video.